Why should you learn speed reading? Or what benefits do you have from speed reading? In order to be able to understand that, let's take a look at the average reading speed of a person in the OECD. So 37 of the strongest and most developed countries in the world. In order to be able to measure reading speed, we use what is called the effective reading weight. In a later video you will learn how to calculate it, but for now it's just important that it tells you how many words you are able to read and understand them at the same time in just 1 minute. So we look at the words per minute, or WPM. The OECD average of this value is between 150 and 200 words per minute. Doesn't sound too bad, does it? But what do you think? What's the world record? How fast can people read? The fastest reader in the world and current world record holder is the US-American Sean Adams, and his reading speed is incredible. He managed to read at a staggering 3,850 words per minute. 3,850 words per minute. Insane, isn't it? That's more than 20 times the OECD average. That's what the human brain is capable of if you let it. Now, I'm not going to tell you that at the end of this course you will be able to read 20 times as fast as you are now, but with the right techniques and enough practice, it's more than likely that you will be able to double or even triple your current reading speed. On the contrary, it should be your goal. Maybe you know the proverb, shoot for the stars and you land on the moon. That's why I encourage you to set a high goal, and I can guarantee you that with enough practice and using the techniques that we cover in this course, you will definitely be able to at least double your reading speed. And if you don't, this course has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So doubling or tripling the average translates into something between 300 and 400 WPM or even more. 300 to 400 is definitely realistic, and the more the better. Remember, the higher you set your goal, the more you will achieve. Shoot for the stars and you'll land on the moon. Now you might be wondering, how does this help me? As you've probably already noticed, in our everyday-to-day life we read a lot. Not only in books, also on your smartphone, on signs, menus, basically everything. On average, a person in the OECD reads about 2 hours per day. 2 hours, and that's a lot. Be it an email, the latest news or whatever. Now imagine that you were able to cut this 2 hours per day down to 1 hour per day. What impact would this have? Well, first of all, 1 hour saved per day equals 7 hours saved per week. And over the whole year, this adds up to about 364 hours saved in an entire year. So almost 15 days. 15 days, that's almost half a month saved time. Can you imagine that? That's awesome. That's more than the entire vacation time of an average US worker. 15 days saved. And what can you do with this saved time? You could, for example, do all of the things that you like and that you don't have time for. Do more sports, relax, or even read more. Everything is possible, and in times like these, where our brains are flooded with information, it's great to be able to process them as fast and as efficiently as possible. Because speed reading doesn't only allow you to save a lot of time, it also makes you more concentrated and helps you to understand more of the text. This almost sounds too good to be true, right? But it has to do with the fact that your brain is always working at 100% brain capacity. Always. And if you don't give it enough input, so if you don't tell it what it needs to work on, it will find tasks itself. And most of the time this task is evaluating past situations. And I'm pretty sure that you can relate to that. Maybe you've had a difficult discussion a few days ago with a friend. There was a past event that happened. And whenever you're trying to concentrate, this thought pops up again and your brain tries to reevaluate the situation, which doesn't help you at all, but it keeps you from focusing. That's why when you're reading, it's very important to use 100% of your brain capacity, and speed reading allows you to do exactly that. So you see, speed reading is a skill that helps you a lot in the 21st century. And in order for you to be able to actually be able to use speed reading to your advantage by completion of this course, I made this course as practically oriented as possible. This course contains loads and loads of exercises, techniques, speed reading tests, and so on. And I'm really encouraging you to do as much of them as you can, because only with practice you can learn such an amazing skill as speed reading. Okay, now you know what speed reading is all about and why you need it. Now it's time to get into it. In order to be able to understand the speed reading techniques in our next section, we will take a look at reading in general, so how we read and how we learn how to read. And I can guarantee you, for most of you, it will be surprising. See you then.